Spectre Vision Radio.
To the right of that little symmetry, I see a black mass right there.
Yeah, see, it's bad.
Oh yeah, there's something there for sure. I see a black mass that looks kind of like a head and shoulders.
Yes, yep.
Yeah. That's tall. Oh my gosh, where's the ground from there? That's got to be every bit of 12 foot tall. That's got to be every bit of 12 foot tall.
Did it just move?
It did.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It just moved, right?
Yeah.
They claim that our eyes will just be created a slightly different from what they are. We talk, we see things are not normal.
Welcome to Strange Familiars. Octavian's here, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing, Octavian?
I'm doing all right.
Just all right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we can make it better.
Okay.
All right. So you came with me on this journey to Schuylkill County,
Mm-hmm.
and you met Donald and Dennis.
Yeah.
Nice guys, right?
Very nice.
Very interesting guys, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, definitely had stories throughout their life.
Yeah.
So everybody heard that last episode, the beginnings of their stories, and we're going to do one more segment with them, finishing up their stories. And in this one, they talk about orbs, some disembodied voices, out-of-body experiences, and UFOs. So, got a long show. Let's go ahead and just get right to their interview. And then after that, we have our experiences there. We have on-site recordings that we recorded at the cabin up there. Pretty interesting stuff, but first of all, let's finish up with Donald's and Dennis's stories.
I've seen the lights before.
Yeah.
I've seen them in the same upstate New York. We're at my cousin, the one that we were referring to earlier. He bought a nice little piece of land. It's got a creek running through it, and he kind of wanted to get away from it. So it's out in the country a little bit. And he's got this really cool path. So we're out on the path, and, and we see this light just kind of doing its thing. And who's out there, It obviously wasn't a flashlight, I think it was probably even before LEDs were a big thing. So we're just kind of going towards it, and it keeps moving off. And I was like, okay, this is kind of odd. So I was like, maybe we don't need to go that way. And we kind of were just hanging out talking about it. And then all of a sudden we hear like some movement, some footsteps, and then we hear shh. All of us just booked out of there as fast as we could. So whatever it wanted, we just wanted us to be quiet.
Wow.
And we were quiet. We got out of there quick. It probably took me a month to go back there.
Took the hit. Wow. Was there any color to it?
I think it was like a yellowish light.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple of months later, my youngest cousin, so his youngest brother, like 7, 8 years younger, was out by the creek, and he said he saw a guy leaning against a tree playing some kind of stringed instrument with just like pants on, but no shoes, no shirt, like a weird hat on. And he was just playing and just looking at him and smiling. And then he turned around, looked back, and the guy was gone.
Well, they think that was a Civil War encampment too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
They found buttons, jacket buttons on the property.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really.
It's not terribly far from Niagara Falls, where
No, not far.
just across, I don't want to say the battle, but the encampments were just across the river from each other up there. So
Yeah. Huh.
That was definitely a weird one. And we've seen the lights there at a few times at his property. I never went after him again, just kind of watched from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had banging on his house too.
Does he?
He has. And when Nikki and I lived up there, we had whatever this thing was slapping my house on a regular basis. We were up on the second story, and her and I just lay down to bed, and it sounded like someone threw something right by our head.
Mm-hmm.
And this was 20 feet off the ground, easy. She had a crazy ex-boyfriend. I thought it was this guy was tormenting her. I thought it was somebody, someone tried the door a few times while I wasn't there. So I racked around in my shotgun and I just went charging out the door, and there was nothing. Nobody there, nothing. And we kept finding branches from our apple tree broken, laying on the bottom. And then when I climbed up the tree, it just gave a clear shot of the back of our house.
Isn't that interesting? Very interesting.
And we called the cops a bunch of times thinking it was this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple of weeks later, something left us a little toy cop car right on our front step.
Wow.
And that's just when I started getting into the other end of this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. That property in Indiana, they get left quarters that have to do with specific dates of things on the property.
Wow.
They got left a quarter, the date the one witness's father built the house, the date, the year the house was built. They got another when the year they moved in. And this is all after, and they have cameras everywhere. And they're like, nothing showed up on the camera. These quarters are, left on, I think it's like on the railing or on the post with the quarters.
That's cool.
Yeah. And they're like, I don't know. Like, are we making too much of this? It's like, I don't know. It's like,
it seems like it's a communication going on whatever way they're trying to, get across whatever message it is. But it seems like there's some kind of communication happening.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right. Now, new apartment we moved into after we got out of that one place. So I've had a lot of experiences there. One time I'm in this, my dad was a little crazy. He got us like this full regulation size pool table to put in our bedroom. We needed that. But it was kind of cool. Then he got his friend, gave him a miniature train set, like the old fashioned
metal.
Was it Lionel maybe?
Yeah.
So there were the miniatures, but it had the whole village, everything.
Yeah.
So we have that whole thing going on under our pool table. And then there was a box sitting on the table. And I just walked in the room, and for some reason I'm looking at the box, and this white light shoots out of the box straight up to the ceiling, and then shoots out to the sides, and then up, and then it just progressed faster and faster and faster. And I remember hearing like a weird sound, and I've heard the sound multiple other times. It was like kind of like that. And then I just remember being terrified and booking out of there.
Yeah, that
was really weird.
So was the box something that was always there, or was it?
It was just an empty cardboard box. It was stuff that was inside for the train set.
Okay.
So it was just happened to be someone put it on top of there.
Right.
I remember, and I probably was 12 at the time when that happened, I think. And I was really freaked out. And then a couple days later, once again, I'm punished at home. Everybody else is off doing their thing. And I'm sitting up in my bedroom with my dog, and we're just hanging out. I didn't let it bother me. And then I start hearing this like weird sound. It sounded like a stomach when it's hungry. So, making all these weird sounds. And I'm like, I'm not hungry. I'm like, listen to my dog. There's nothing there. And it's just getting louder and louder. And then I heard my name being called 3 different times in 3 different voices. One was like a really loud, like, and the second one was like a normal voice. And the third one was a kid's voice. I can't remember which order it went in, but I remember specifically those 3 voices. And my dog's like crying and whimpering. And I remember I just grabbed him like a football, and we just ran right out of the house. And just as I made it to the street, my mom pulled up getting home from work, and I told her what happened, and she believed me, and she went in, checked everything, and there was nothing. And that was really, really freaky.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, that place.
Do you remember me telling you about that?
I think so. That's where I started having my first out of body experiences. I've had many.
On purpose, or it would just happen?
Spontaneous to begin with, and then on purpose.
So you can make it happen if you want.
It's hit or miss,
Okay.
but yes.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've tried and never been able to do it, but I think I have been pulled out of body by other entities. That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how did you? Is this when you're laying down to go to sleep, or
Usually, if I'm not trying, I've tried at different times during the day on purpose, and I've been successful at different times, but had trouble sleeping when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And one of our older brothers just told me, just lay still, count from 10 to 0, don't move your body. Eventually you'll just feel like you're floating and you'll just drift off to sleep. And it worked, but I also drifted off and
Wow.
out. And I mean, it's many hundreds of experiences since then like that.
Wow. So the first few times it happens, is it scary?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's never been. I shouldn't say it's never been scary. It's never been scary from a fear perspective. Sometimes you feel startled, like you said, snatched out. Sometimes you just feel like you're thrust out,
Mhm.
and that's alarming.
Mhm.
And then the thrust back in is alarming.
Mhm.
But sometimes it's very gentle.
Have you ever watched your sleeping body, or when you were?
There was a time I was living up. My parents split up when I was 16 or so. And my mother moved back up to where they are now, where her family is from in upstate New York. And then I went up there, and at some point we were living in a house, and I had like an attic space that I had as my bedroom. And I remember getting out of bed, going downstairs into the kitchen and looking at the clock. It was really weird because it's like, why? I wasn't like thirsty or anything. I just went downstairs into the kitchen and looked at the clock and then went back upstairs. And when I went back upstairs, I saw myself laying in bed. And that was the whole experience.
Mhm.
But again, it felt like I was meant to see that, to know that that's what's happening, you
Mhm.
know. There's other times, like all the times I like drifted out of my body, you don't really see anything other than your surroundings. And it's not always like the room you're in. Sometimes you're somewhere else.
Mhm.
But this was like very purposeful to make me sure I knew what was sort of happening.
Are you able to sort of explore?
Sometimes, yeah. More so when I was younger, that happened, where it could just, boom, just go right through the window and
Yeah.
out and float and fly and, you know, experience things.
Obi?
No, I wish.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do that for
Okay.
a long time.
Yeah.
Never been able.
So there's lucid dreaming where you're just conscious of everything, and then there's the out of body where you know you are.
Right. You're walking around the quote unquote real world. You're just not in a corporal body.
Or another place.
Interesting.
Not necessarily the here and
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
real room. I mean, that's mostly what it is. Like, it started happening to me at this place where I was floating around, but other times, there's sleep paralysis where you can't move, but you're fully aware and you feel presence, and there's being,
And this place is, so when the whole like 80s flap was going on in the Hudson Valley,
Mm.
there was also things happening in our area
Okay.
that didn't get as much recognition, but there was a lot
Yeah,
of sightings. We've had
and
sightings
in
right
northern
there.
New Jersey, right
Yeah.
around the George Washington Bridge. We're not very far from all of that.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So when you
really-
say entities, like
Like a presence in the room. Like,
nothing you could see.
no, you can. Yeah, it's like not. It's not like you sitting here with me. It's like when it happens, even though the shades in the window, light's coming in, right? So the room's well lit up in the multiple places that this has happened to me. So it's as if the moon's shining in, but you can't see the being that's there. You can see them, they're there, but it's more like on the periphery,
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of like in between phases of reality and wherever the heck I am at that moment. And they're there. And sometimes they want to make themselves known and sometimes not. But there's one that's been recurring. Yeah. And he gave me his name once. It's just his name was John.
Huh.
Yeah.
And could you make out any details on
No, no, just like, I'm laying in bed and he's like sitting on the edge of the bed. Or at least that's what it feels like.
Dude, you say that. I can't even tell you how many times I'm laying in bed and something laid right next to me in the bed.
I've heard that a
And
lot.
I look over and nothing there. That's happened to me 30, 40 times. Easy. Easy. From when I was a child to even just a couple of months ago.
Wow.
You've heard of the Monroe Institute?
Yeah.
So there's a training program you can go through to sort of help you have out-of-body experiences.
Astral travel.
What's that?
Like astral projection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't go there, but you can.
Did you listen to the tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works if you stick with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was already having them, so to me it was more like I want to try to mechanize this rather than having it spontaneous, and it works.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's countless stories of people, and even the government studied it.
Yeah.
Some real interesting documents out there.
I've always wondered if, I don't know if I'm too ready to believe or something, that I can't like lucid dream because I don't know, you're on a train and you go down the basement in a dream, doesn't, to me, it's like, oh, maybe. But for my wife, it's like, oh no, I knew I was dreaming. There aren't basements on trains. For me, when I'm in it, I'm like, yeah, sure, there's a basement on the train. Okay. Bigfoot sleeping in my sister's bed when I'm back at the farm. Sure, whatever. Like nothing like that, like triggers.
The thing that happens to me is I can, at this point, identify when I'm having a dream where it's just my brain going through the motions of the day prior versus when I'm encountering an objective entity in my dreams. And I know this because whenever I have a dream about the dead, and it's never like someone I know, it's just these dead people. And they all talk as if, imagine you're talking, but you're inhaling at the same time. And that's how they sound. And they always make eye contact, and their eyes are always like, it's not that they have red, like their whole sockets are red, but if you can imagine like a Halloween skeleton that has light up eyes, when it's not lit up, you just see the red bulb in the back of the socket. That's what their eyes look like. It's like it doesn't fill up the whole socket. And that's the only way that I can tell that I'm encountering something that is very real.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, through all these experiences that you've had and all these entities that you've interacted with, have any of them given you any kind of message or information that became relevant and later on, or anything like that, or connected to something?
I've been given a few times visions of things that were going to happen.
Okay.
One was really, that stands out the most, was a plane that was going to come down, and as it's landing, the landing gear was going to catch at the end of runways. They'll have like a thing with a bunch of lights on it, and it was going to catch that, and it stopped. And I remember calling my mom the next morning, and I told her about it, and I told a bunch of my friends, and sure enough, like 2 weeks later, that happened. I can't remember where,
but LaGuardia Airport.
Was it? The exact same thing happened. Everybody survived.
We lived very close to that.
Yeah. But I remember that, and it was like, it was so close to it. And I remember, you're out of your mind. And then when it happened, people were like, okay, yeah, I definitely saw that one.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of little.
Have either of you ever had dreams while in this house about the things that are out there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Interesting.
I definitely haven't. I don't even know if I've had any lucid dreams or out-of-body experiences here.
Now, where I'm live now, I've had dreams about some of the things that are around our area. Even some things where like I'm running with them.
Hmm.
You know, sometimes on all fours and sometimes not.
Interesting.
And
Wow.
that was really crazy. I don't know if it's letting me get it from that. And I remember there was one, because I used to go out in the forest a lot. I would go out and spend hours out in the forest. I'd go out there with my camera. I had a little sports camera, go out there with my phone. I would record. And it wasn't for anything other than for myself. And then something came to me that night, and it was kind of in a dream, and it was standing off in the distance, and it said it didn't want to scare me. That's why it didn't want to present itself to me. And then it was talking about how scarred up it was from some battle or something that happened, some kind of fight it had with some other, whatever it was. And at the time I thought it was a Sasquatch, and it may have been or not, I don't know. And then I just remember, because my family, we're kind of little shocks us.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't easily scare,
Really
you know.
true.
And I remember just saying to the entity, just like, man, do you know how many surgeries I've had? I got scars. I said, I even told the doctor he should put a zipper in me just so we could have easy access next time. I said, and then it stepped out and it was just really scarred up. Like half the ear was gone and just, you know, a lot of damage. And I think that was its way of presenting itself to me
Mm-hmm.
instead of out in real life.
Right. Yeah. No, I absolutely think this can happen.
It feels like this place is everything feels related.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I can say. Everything
Agreed.
feels related.
Yeah.
It feels like this place is almost meant to allow a physical manifestation.
Hmm.
You know, where everything else has been. I don't want to say there hasn't been physical aspects of it, but it feels like I don't need to lucid dream because it's here.
Right.
You know,
Right.
or it's kind of the best I can describe it.
Mhm.
You know, it's not on that periphery when we're everywhere else. You know, it's isolated here. It's,
Yeah.
you know, we're clearly open, right?
I think it filters out a lot of the distractions for you, you know. Where you currently live, there's a lot more distractions. Here, there's nothing.
for
you know?
sure. For sure.
Like on our recent drive to Florida,
Yeah.
you know, some of the things we saw from the sky that, you know, we
So that because I was going to say, if you asked, you ever saw UFOs?
oh yeah. So just recently, a couple of months ago, what was it? What month was that?
It was February.
February. He picked me up down where I live, and we drove down to. We have another brother who lives in Sarasota, and his wife had passed, and we went to go help him out. And on the way down, we saw multiple sets of lights just doing things in the sky, and
We're on 95, you know, and these two, at first it looked like they were like, you know, antenna towers,
Mhm.
you know, cellular towers. But we were going pin straight and it was moving. And it was like, it was one to begin with, and it was big because it wasn't that close. You know,
it was pretty far.
It was nighttime. So, you know,
Yeah.
can't tell how far things really were, but it felt far. And like our field of vision in the windshield, each one was probably a baseball size, you know, so it was relatively big, and it was high up. It was at least as high as a cell tower.
Mm-hmm.
And then one became two, and then they just came and just started drifting. It was like right over the road.
Wow.
We never caught up to it.
No, we didn't.
But they were there, and it was just like, we tried to record it, and nothing came out.
That's the way.
And
That's always the way.
but it was right there. It was just so weird, and it was just like smooth path, and then it just went away.
And that reminded me when that happened, because 20 years earlier, 22 years earlier, I was in that same place in upstate New York, driving down this road. I was at my friend's house, and I was leaving his house at like 3 a.m, driving back to the town. And this one road, it's just a country road. And I'm looking, I'm going, oh, they're working on the towers. And I saw two sets of lights. So it was like, you know, two lights, you know, probably 20, 30 feet apart from each other. And then another two further back, you know, maybe 100 foot back from that. And then I go, wait a minute, there's no towers over there. So I rolled my window down and they were completely silent. And then they just started moving. And then they just took off and it was just lights. I didn't see anything attached to it. And I had really good, it was pretty light out that night. I don't want to say it was a full moon, but it was pretty light out. And then they flew behind me, went over towards the lake. And then I saw them in my rearview mirror jet off. And I'm still driving straight. And then all of a sudden they come in front of me and they zip right in front of me across the road. So it was 4, I don't know what, but definitely 4 lights. So they were flying. They're for the UFOs.
Well, yeah. That's the stuff. Like some of the stuff I've seen might be military, but I can only tell you that it's not acting like anything that I know that we have.
Right.
So I'm calling them UFOs because, to me, they're unidentified. If somebody wants to argue, oh, that's military. Okay, I don't tell you.
I don't know how they could explain the lack of noise.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
And I don't know if you've ever seen do the angular turn on a dime thing. It's like
that. Yeah, that's freaky.
It's like, I know we have like Harriers and stuff, but it's still a turn to it, when it does.
Right.
These things are just like rockets, just.
My son Brendan and I, last year, we were looking out our back window and there was, we're not too far from an airport. And we're just looking out of our back window and we see this shape, probably cigar shape, and just going slow above the trees. And it had probably 5 or 6 windows, for less of a better word. And you could see light coming from inside. She's like, oh, that's a weird looking plane, Dad. And I'm like, thinking about, yeah, that is a weird looking plane. And it just kind of just went by real slow. We've recently seen some lights in the sky flying, some kind of mass with it. You could see the lights and then the outline of something there. And one flew over our house. And then I had called out my wife and my kids to come out. They looked at it. And I called my neighbor out. He looked at it. Then it flew off. And then it came back. So I'm like going, well, if that was military or anything else, why would they come back?
Yeah.
And if they're running, like, they do those scans, will they'll scan over. Okay, if it's doing that scan, why would it come back? They typically will go and mow the lawn. But this thing, came back the same way, came over. And then I saw another one on one end, another one on another end. Then my wife's like, yeah, get back in the house. Just get back in the house.
How do your kids react to this?
They get a kick out of it a little bit. I think they're a little nervous, because I try not to tell them everything that happened because I don't want them to freak out. My wife is like, just don't go into heavy details. I don't want to freak them out too much, but they're pretty good about it. My youngest, before we bought our current house, we were renting a house from my friend we were going to buy, but this is when the whole market went upside down. So the market value and what he owed on it was like $80,000 difference. And I was like, I can't, I can't buy your house, but, we're going to keep renting. And the boys had their bedrooms upstairs and they would not go upstairs, They wouldn't play upstairs. And Christopher said, the guy's up there, Dad, the guy's up there. And I was like, what guy? He goes, the dark guy with the red eyes.
Weird.
And then I was like, oh man.
And how old were they at this time?
He was only 2.
Oh, really?
Wow. My other one is 3 years older, but neither one of them would go up. Then we moved to our other house, which is just up the road. Whatever it was followed us there. And he kept telling me about the eyes and the guy with the red eyes. So I ended up taking charge of my house and without being confrontational, I went through the whole house. I actually smudged the whole house. I went through and I said, look, whatever you are, I need you to leave. You can't be here with my family. It's really freaking them out. You need to leave. And that was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I haven't had anything since. Every now and again, I'll catch something out the corner of my eye, but not that.
It's amazing how well it works.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, like thinking back to when we were kids, that was commonplace. Like, we grew up in a Catholic Italian family, and people talked about this stuff, And sometimes you'd go to the priest and ask, "What do I do?" And it was always something like that he'd give you, or you'd go to the more Italian woman in the neighborhood, and she would, tell you what to do. And, mom always had the metal, what do you call that thing?
Of the horns.
The horn.
Oh, yeah.
The horn and the hand.
Protected from the evil eye.
The Malokia. Yeah.
But everybody had, it was just like, it's there. It was widely accepted that there's entities around us all the time that we can't see, and sometimes they make themselves known to us, and sometimes they're mischievous, and sometimes they're there to help you, and it was just part of life.
We got some on-site sounds recorded there. I want to say this. The sound quality is all over the map with these on-site recordings. Now, that's the case always with on-site stuff. It's a matter of one person's holding a recorder and the other person's either beside them or it might be 10 feet away. And then there's external things that can affect the recording quality. In this case, it was an air conditioner. And their air conditioning was running most of the night we were there. And it's very loud, and sometimes we're right beside it. And it's very, very loud. I could have used AI to take that out, but then it wouldn't sound like an on-site recording at all. And you're going to lose a lot of the other ambient sounds that go with it. So just know, going into this, sound quality's all over the map. It's all over the place. Some good, some not as good. I believe you can hear it, though. You can hear what we're talking about, and you can hear the things we hear. There are several sounds we captured on the recordings, and the ones that I could pull out, you'll hear played 3 times amongst the on-site recordings. I kind of stop and insert the sounds I pulled out after we talk about them. So what you'll hear here is sort of a series of things. So we experienced actually quite a lot up there.
Yeah.
So it starts out with these lights in the sky, and you'll hear us talk about them. And I have to say that what you hear us talking about is about a half or less of the number of lights we actually commented on.
Yeah.
It just got to be too much. Like, I didn't want half the podcast to be us going, oh, look, there's a light in the sky.
Right. I've been thinking about those lights a lot, and I have some stuff to say on it when, a little later on.
Okay. Well, we do see some other lights around us that were kind of subtle. Now, there were 1 or 2 fireflies around. We're not talking about fireflies. I think once or twice you might hear us actually comment on fireflies. Yes, there were fireflies, but these other lights, I don't think they were fireflies. We saw these shadow figures around the house. I don't know how else to describe them. We had a series of things with these motion lights going on, and we don't know what was triggering them. They would go on, and when we weren't back on that side of the house, and we'd go look, and we could never figure out what was triggering them. Then we saw this incredibly eerie fading black form, and then when we come back, we'll comment on all that. We'll comment on the sounds we captured. And I'll tell you my experience in the morning. So I had an experience inside the house as well. So here is our on-site recordings from the cabin in Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. In the mountains of Skookul County, Pennsylvania. We've interviewed some witnesses about some phenomena that's happening around their cabin here. It's a wooded area on the side of a mountain that is backs up against some game lands, and it's somewhat near the Appalachian Trail. There's a road down the mountain. You can hear cars readily. But for what it's worth, the house does back up to some pretty wild area. And the stories they told, which you will hear, possibly have heard, depending on when this gets published, involve what seems like Bigfoot activity, but all the strange stuff that goes with it. I'm standing at a place where, roughly, where they saw a creature looking at them from the woods. And it was there for a long time, and I think he said some fireworks scared it off, and then it came back. Some kind of explosion, I presume fireworks. And then it came back, and then it was there again, just staring at him. They said they could see the eyes blink. I watched it. It was eye shine, not eye glow. It was reflective. And there are lights in the cabin, and there's about a half moon tonight. Clear sky. Beautiful weather. So, they've had repeat encounters here. All around the property, from things banging into the house to strange phenomena where the garage door opened and he recorded a strange EVP, which we will play for you. As well as some other sounds they recorded around. Hopefully, they said they sent them to me in the past. If I can't find them in my email, hopefully they'll send them to me again. But it's an interesting property, and we'll see what happens tonight. Seems like a beautiful night.
You see it?
Moving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty fast, too.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll get a little darker as the night goes on.
Yeah. They saw something flying through the air that didn't look like a plane.
So faint though, it's so hard to tell.
It's a good place to watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, take a look up there, and you'll see something moving.
I see it.
Yeah.
It's very,
I
very
don't think
faint,
that's
but
a
it's
plane.
moving this way.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And it changed colors once.
Yeah.
The reddish and turned whitish.
And I feel like it's turning.
Yeah. I think it's looking that way.
Yeah.
Satellites don't turn.
Maybe not.
I thought I just saw a little white thing go that way for like
We're still watching.
a half a second.
I lost it. Did it just reverse?
It's right here.
Yeah. And now it's going this way.
Yeah.
It was going and now it's going back. So that's definitely weird. And that's not a helicopter, there's no way on earth.
Yeah, that's definitely a plane over there.
Yeah.
I lost it.
I got it right there. Watching it.
Oh, yeah. If that's a plane, that's the highest plane I've ever seen.
Yeah. It got bright for a second.
Oh, it's doing something weird now.
Yeah.
It's going,
I think you guys are looking at two different lights.
I'm looking right there.
Oh, I'm looking at this one
Yeah.
over here.
See, that's the one.
This one's doing weird.
The one down point to it reversed and it went back. It's real faint.
Yeah.
And where's
Oh,
your
right there.
still moving kind
Yeah.
of same rate?
Well, no, it like was doing weird. It was moving really quickly.
That might have been that quick flash I saw. I saw something move really fast over here early. It was like, it took up the sky maybe like an inch or two.
Uh-huh.
And that was it. It was just a quick, and then it was gone.
There's a plane.
Yeah. That seems to be a flight path, because another one came up right that same way.
Yeah.
Actually, you see zero the noise, like all the night light. When that thing came up, it all quieted down. There was nothing.
Yeah. Oh, when you saw the eyes.
Nothing. It went dead. I heard the through the woods, and it was silent.
So any light I'm seeing through the woods is probably the neighbor's house.
Yeah,
up here.
Yeah, that's right. That's straight up that way.
Okay. So something.
But there's not. It's right there. So anything over here, there's nothing over here.
Okay.
Over. There's one there and one over there. And that's up the hill, probably 1/8 of a mile, maybe at most. Probably less than that.
Yeah.
There's another really faint one to the right of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's moving or not. That might be a star.
It looks like it's moving. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's faint.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's moving for sure.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. It's going this way.
Yeah, that's definitely a plane over there. But that thing up there, I
What
don't know.
about that one?
Yeah. Whoa, that just jumped. Did you see that?
No.
That one right up there.
Oh, yeah.
It went here and then skipped.
Oh,
and
really?
Showed about an inch over further in the sky instantly. What the heck is that? And that's got a little red tint to it too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Damn, this might be the show tonight. I don't know.
I told you, I've got a good feeling.
Yeah.
For whatever that's worth.
I've stood on the corner there, and you could see lights going through the sky that are much higher than planes,
That's what we're trying to figure
and
out.
moving at a clip way faster than a plane
Yeah.
can go. Might be a satellite,
Right.
because you could see just about anything up here. It could have been a space station, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But I have a tracker, you know, that shows everything in the sky,
Oh, yeah?
including satellites, and it didn't show anything.
Hmm.
Like it has the space station on it.
Right. Yeah. So is that like app you can just kind of hold up?
Yep.
Yeah, Chad has that. That's cool.
Wow.
That thing was flying.
Yeah, that is really, really bad. Wish we had one of those DAP cameras.
Yeah. You see it, Tim?
I do.
Yeah, that thing is moving.
I saw it like kind of brighten for a second.
Right.
It arced a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, see,
Oh,
that
it
thing's
was-
moving so fast.
Yeah, that is cruising.
That's the type of stuff I see up here all the time.
If we're seeing stuff up there, I would not be surprised if we start hearing stuff in the woods.
You'll see a bunch of stuff like that out
Yeah.
here every day.
I was letting them know that I recalled that it got quiet when the eyes were out there.
Oh yeah, the tree frogs are every night.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing that night.
Interesting. That's super interesting.
And it was just like this. It was a
Yeah.
coolish summer night. But then he was popping off some fireworks too.
Heavy fireworks.
So
It
could
sounded like a
have
stick
been
of dynamite.
could have had something to do with that. This is that app that I have, Skyview. And then it just shows you, see if you see something and it's
Oh, wow.
floating by, you can see what it is. It'll tell
Yeah.
you what it is down on the bottom. You don't even have to do anything; just point at it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I should get that because
If it's known, it will tell you.
Yeah.
It's basically like a DAP camera, except for it's not gonna. But it does do flight. It does.
It won't do planes or anything
Okay.
like that. It's just
That's
all
a
the
separate one.
all the debris in the sky, satellites.
Here we got something.
Yeah. Two things. Oh yeah, they just kind of crossed. Yeah.
Another one directly over us, guys.
Yep.
Where is it? It's right up there. It's heading this way.
Past that
Bright star, and there's another one. There's one going this way, one going that way.
I'm not showing any debris. No satellite.
That's a good pace.
Yeah, that's not a satellite. No. I don't know what that is.
There's another one going right across the
Right
tip
in
of
the
that
tree
triangle.
line. Right in the tree line, I just saw a light. Can you see this tree that comes up and branches off?
Yeah.
The whiter one?
Yeah.
Just maybe 10 feet down from the top of the canopy over, there was just a light that lit up twice right in there.
Really?
Yeah. I saw it first, and my favorite thing is I did it the second time. Yeah. Jennifer, follow my...
Right there. Could that be that house? It seems too high, right?
It goes up pretty steep.
Oh, it does?
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Then look, come here. And look right up there.
There's like a dark spot, and you can see.
Up in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no house, dude.
Oh,
Way
yeah.
up. Yeah, I see that light.
Kind of got to move around a little bit.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
pop out.
No, that's not their house. Their house is more tracking this line.
Yeah, because there's little lights down there, but up there.
And it's a two-story house, but that's not that angle.
Don't you like a 10-story? I see it pretty clear right here.
Yeah, I got a real good angle of it right here.
Yep.
Is this a reflection off a leaf right here? I mean, I'm looking straight ahead. Right in the tree. Yeah, there's a light right there. Is that another tower then, right there? You can barely see it. It's like... Take a step back this way. Come back this way a little.
Oh, I just saw it for a second.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and follow my finger right up.
I saw it for a second.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought, oh, you're just talking about the sky behind, but it's not. It's definitely a light.
It's in the tree.
I saw it for a second. Now I lost it. I saw it over here. It's like blinking. But not in like...
So there can't be a tower here and a tower just a couple feet over. I mean, they're that
There's
close?
only one tower up there.
So one tower, so we're
Exactly.
seeing two separate lights.
Yeah, so it can only account for one.
Not in the prominence that it would show there.
Is it showing the moon where the moon's supposed to be?
Yeah, the moon looks perfect, spot on.
Hear that owl?
So good. We had a giant barn owl land right by our shed. Got it on camera
Oh, wow.
some years ago. It was beautiful.
You missed an owl, I think.
Hmm?
You missed an owl.
Is that what I was hearing?
You may have heard it.
Because I heard a cry while I was peeing. Assuming it was an owl.
Woo! But every owl does that one.
Did we identify the blinking light above the moon?
No. Not showing up on there.
Not planes. They're not coming up with satellites on his app.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not coming up on the thing, the app is supposed to show you where satellites are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's either something military that they don't want you to know about, or it's something else.
Yeah. The was that?
I heard it.
Did you hear it?
What was it?
The only way I can describe it is like a cuckoo clock.
I thought it laughter, kind of almost.
Yeah.
From that way?
Yeah.
I said something right from there just now. It don't sound like high pitch, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right that way.
I didn't even consider how good of a UFO spot this is. I'm like, I've never seen this many red lights at one time.
This is normal here.
Yeah.
And the thing is, think if those were all military, there's hundreds of them up there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's and they're all over the place. It's not all one direction. I don't know how they run them. If they run them in a certain way, or they go opposite directions. I mean, you would worry about collisions. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, it got real bright and then faded?
Yeah.
so it's very similar to what we saw before, but it was going. That one's coming towards us. The other one was going left to right.
Where'd it go?
I don't see it.
I always thought the tail end of it, but that's exactly what it did.
Yep.
The other one was a little lower and a little more this way.
Yep.
A little less.
Same exact thing.
Huh. Yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah.
Curious.
Right there. Right there. Coming up on the side of the dipper.
Yep, I see it.
It's going straight this way.
Yep.
And another.
And it's turning.
Yep.
Kind of weaving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
I see it. Oh.
that's how lights do in the slalom.
Direction too.
Yeah. Yep. Doing one of these.
Yeah.
Think about how big that thing has to be for us to be able to see its movement. You know what I mean? Like, that's incredible. And there it goes.
What the?
Gone.
Yeah, is there some kind of...
Unless it's disappearing out of our atmosphere.
That's not, is there some kind of cloud there that we can't see from here?
It's a very active section of the sky right now.
Yeah,
Did you see that flash up there?
I did not.
So, the Big Dipper in the handle, this first star off of the dipper part, the handle, there was just a very faint flash right over there.
Huh.
Like, super quick. Did you see that, Dennis?
No.
I thought I saw, well, I definitely saw some flashes earlier over that way.
Wow, is it playing tricks on me or what?
No, there's so much going on tonight. In the sky. Every. And I'm honestly surprised it hasn't correlated down into the woods.
It may. Are you hearing this? I did not. Still happening?
Well, we both heard, I don't know what it was, I can't even describe it, and then I heard a growl. Or a groan. And then I just heard a kind of higher pitched yell, kind of. It could have been a bike, but...
Could have been a what?
Like a motorcycle?
Oh.
But... No, not really. Like, that's a motorcycle.
Right.
It didn't sound like that.
I'm gonna hang right there. So if you need that. They said we can just sleep on the couches.
Okay.
And come in and out as much as we want.
Okay.
Strange Familiars is brought to you by our patrons. Thank you, patrons. Thanks for everything you do. We could not make Strange Familiars without your help. Do you like extra content? Would you like to get more Strange Familiars? Then you can become a patron at Patreon. It's patreon.com/strangefamiliars. All of our patrons get commercial-free versions of the weekly shows, plus extra episodes. We do at least one exclusive episode for our patrons every month. Sometimes we do more. Our Patreon patrons also get to participate in an ongoing paranormal experiment. That's already started, but you can join at any time. We kind of crafted it so you can step in and take part in it at any time. For more information, go to patreon.com/strangefamiliars. We also have an option via Apple Podcasts. The program is called Patron of the Strange there, and our Apple Podcast subscribers also get the commercial-free shows weekly, as well as the bonus shows monthly. And very soon, we will be activating YouTube memberships. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel now. That's free. But eventually we'll be adding memberships on YouTube, and that will give our YouTube members access to the bonus shows monthly as well. And I would like to thank all of our patrons, no matter where they're signed up. Thank you so much.
There's that light in the tree.
Oh yeah.
Don't know what that is.
There's one very low too.
Yeah.
Very low, like too low to be a house.
Yeah.
And that just went away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how that.
You know where that plant, that light, right?
What about it? No, I'm talking about the moon. When we were standing over there looking into the woods, it looked like it was
Yeah.
straight ahead of us.
Yeah.
But now it's up.
Mm-hmm.
Now is that just a change of perspective?
Maybe?
Or was that not the moon we were looking at?
Yeah.
It had to have been the moon. It was too bright.
Right.
I guess
Now, why'd those go on? No, was that just...
No, I think they're motion lights, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're motion lights. Because when we walked over there, they went on. I'm pretty sure those are motion lights. You want to... Let's just walk over there and see if they come on. We walked over there. And that will know, because I was pretty sure when we walked by them before, they came on.
Yeah.
And how long do we have to stand still before they go off again? They came on when we walked down here, right?
Yeah.
When they came on before, though, they went on and off quickly, right?
Yeah. Like something really fast moving.
So let's back up and see if they turn out.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Me too.
Because we just both watched those lights come
Like
on
flash on and off,
and
right?
then off.
Yeah.
And at first I thought they were turning on. I didn't realize they were motion.
Yeah, they said. I think they were heading that way.
So I don't know what that was.
They hadn't gone off, I don't think. We go up here. We're way out of this. The other thing is, did it not go off? Because something's moving over on the other side of the street.
Oh, yeah, I thought about that.
What makes it come on? Is it motion or is it
Sound?
or? So I just thought I heard. Could be just some traffic, but
You heard that too then? Yeah.
it sounded like it was right there.
Yeah.
As far as hearing out here, it's nice thing their air conditioner wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy they got it working. But maybe it'll turn off once it cools off in there. Ah, that went off. It's off now.
Yeah.
That's staying on for a long time.
Yeah.
Should we go trigger it again and see if it works the same?
Sure, yeah.
Alright. I just want to kind of get an idea how it works so we know A, what happened, and B, when it comes on again. It flashed on and off, right?
Yes, it did. Very quickly.
Yeah. And that's not the way it's working for us.
Yeah.
It detects movement, it comes on, it stays on.
How minute of a movement does it need to detect? Detecting the motion of our heads moving, or like...
Right. You were closer than me, but
Yeah.
let's say it's here.
We were standing right there when they came on. We would have seen whatever was coming up this way.
Or you would hope.
If it was a thing.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Love to hear you talk. If you want to talk to us.
You hear that?
Yeah, I did hear that. As soon as the light turned on. Oh, he was in there?
Yeah.
Watch yourself. I don't want to blind you. Just seeing if I could pick up anything. Any kind of reflection. There it was again.
Yeah.
There you go. The creek, like
Yeah.
crack. Yeah. I thought I saw
You saw it too?
black movement
Yeah.
down alongside the house there.
Mm-hmm. Why do I keep saying
In the shadows over there.
yeah. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like something's moving, but it's not there.
Something black moving.
Yeah, but it's really like it's see-through or something. I don't know.
What the f was that?
What?
Oh, it came right from there. Like, I heard it. That was close.
Yeah.
As those two guys get to sleep and get to dreaming, we might
Oh yeah.
start getting stuff because that is definitely one active family with
Yeah.
the stuff they have going on.
Yeah.
So if they enter REM sleep and get into dreams, we might actually have a better chance of experiencing stuff out here. In fact, we should ask them about their dreams tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they say they dreamed about something creeping around the house,
Yeah.
and we're seeing those shadows there, that'd be very interesting. What you described as a cuckoo clock before, and I described as like kids' laughter or playing or something. That was super interesting too.
Yeah. Cause I really heard cuckoo, cuckoo.
Like I just took it as more like you know, like
Yeah,
maybe like
but it was
you know,
both high pitched.
yeah. Yeah, I can totally see cuckoo. Like I just didn't go there, but I can see.
You want to go sit up on the porch and see if it'll like come closer?
Yeah, we can do that.
And my eyes are playing tricks on me, or that shadow moved.
What shadow?
The shadow like on the grass right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So something could have come up behind the cars for sure,
Yeah.
and hit it, and turned around and going back as soon as it came on,
Mm-hmm.
or faded off that way.
I was seeing something moving from the corner of my eye that was dark.
Back up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely. One time I was like, "Is there something over there?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then I looked closer. I was like, "I guess not." Did you see it? kind of faded away, right?
Yeah. Whoa. That's
It's dark back there, right?
yeah.
Like darker than if you go there.
Yeah.
If you go there, there's something dark there. And big. Oh, that air conditioner's so loud.
Yeah.
It's the only problem about being here. What is that, man?
I have no idea.
Is it me or does it not look just dark, black, and friggin' hairy? Am I making too much of that?
I don't think so.
Dude. Dude, did he just open his eyes?
I can't see that.
Does it seem like it's just like slightly moving to you?
Yes.
Look, if I put the light down, there's something there.
Yeah.
That is weird for the listener. Or back in the woodline, I can't tell how far from here. It might be 5 feet back, it might be 10, it might be 10 yards back. I can't tell. But there's a very dark, kind of heavy shape back there that I don't know if I'm... That light came on again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm turning it into something, but it certainly looks like a big black hairy shape back there. That's what made that light come on. There's a motion light that keeps coming on as well. I think our night's investigated. Right there, whatever it is. Yeah, so again for the listener, so there's a motion light that keeps coming on one side of the house here. And we can't figure out what's turning it on. I guess maybe a bat could have flown down and turned.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that sensitive or I don't know.
We've both been seeing out of the corner of our eyes. Like,
Shadow things?
like dark translucent things moving from right to left. And it doesn't go back to the right. It like starts at the right, goes to the left, and then starts at the right again and goes left. That's what I saw.
I just saw it the one time and it looked like it ducked down.
I saw it twice. It looked like something walking. But like floating.
Well, we definitely saw it in the same area.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're not walking over there is because we're trying to draw things into us.
Yeah.
So the hope is to draw it out, maybe get some eye shine or something. It certainly looks like a big black thing standing
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but like, if I look at it in a certain way, it looks like a thing or foliage.
Yeah, I mean, well, I thought it went away, and then I was like, oh no, it's still there.
And that's only a little bit to the right of where Don saw whatever he saw.
Yeah, the eye shine. That's why I keep lighting it up. I keep hoping to see.
But I'm not seeing that shit.
No, I'm not either. I thought I saw just a glimmer, but it's
I
definitely.
want to see some self-illuminating ones.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Is that a car?
I guess. We're so close to that air conditioning unit.
I know.
Eventually, it's going to reach the inside temperature and it'll shut off. You know.
Okay.
I think it's just working real hard because there was no AC on for all day. See, I don't see it there now.
Go over to the right. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
I don't know. We'll give it a few more times. See if we think it comes back, and then we'll walk over there and see if it moves or anything.
Okay.
Okay, motion lights off again.
Mm-hmm.
So you see that one tree,
Yeah.
and it comes up and it's got like a little, I don't know, angle, like a very slight angle or a bump or something.
Yeah. Next to that.
Yeah, to the right of that. Very dark.
Yeah.
And I swear, it's every now and then, like it's slightly moving. You know the picture of the Mayaka skunk?
Yeah. The deer's head.
See, it looks like that.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing like very slight eyes.
Yeah.
Very slight, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Right?
Yeah. That's something.
It's all black.
Yeah.
And it looks like it keeps like sort of like pushing back a little bit. Like you can imagine like
Yeah.
me doing this, right?
Yeah.
Pulling back a little bit and then kind of leaning forward a bit. Like, where the fuck did it go?
I don't know.
Right? It's not there
No.
now, right?
No, it's not. Dude, that thing's vanished.
It is not there now.
Mm-mm.
Whoa. That's creepy, dude.
Yeah.
It's like I moved the light just a second and came back,
know.
and it's just
But what's weird, because you've been turning light off and on. You've
Yeah.
been not looking over there, and
Yeah.
it's still there.
yeah. I got chills right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. See, that's weird because I was almost like when I said it was leaning forward, I was almost like it's almost like fading in and out. But
Yeah.
it seemed more logical to say it's like leaning forward and leaning
Yeah.
back. There's nothing there in that photo.
Right.
Yeah. But that's not.
No.
Doesn't look a thing like what we were.
No, it was darker.
Yeah. It's dark.
Yeah.
Like I keep thinking of that Mayaka skunk ape, but that's what it reminded me of. Like
Yeah.
kind of hunched down like that,
Mhm.
you know.
What the was that?
I have no clue.
That was the longest.
Yeah, and it changed tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. See, now it looks like it's that thing's fading in and out. It's back.
Yeah.
It's either backing up into the forest. I think there's something right there. It's either backing up into the forest or it's fading in and out of existence. Wow.
So it's way back there was like you fading in and out.
Yeah, why do you hit that?
Yeah.
You see where that tree is? It's got the
Yeah.
little lump in it?
Yeah.
It was right next to that. And it's gone.
Scan a little over this way. So was it in the tree line?
Yeah, and we couldn't tell if it was 10 feet back or 10 yards back or, you know, it's hard to
It's
tell.
definitely gone now.
Yeah, I don't see any. It's just going back into the woods there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's just woods there now.
Yeah.
Absolutely something there. Where it was, I can't tell you.
I'm just so glad that we're getting something from you guys, because I knew there's no way we weren't gonna at least experience something new.
Now I'm seeing something weird. I'm seeing like orangey yellow eyes.
Am I to the right of that little cemetery?
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
a black mass right there.
Yeah, see, it's bad.
Oh yeah, there's something there for sure. I see a black mass that looks kind of like a head and shoulders.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
That's tall. Oh my gosh, where's the ground from there? That's got to be every bit of 12 foot tall. That's got to be every bit of 12 foot tall.
Did it just move?
It did?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It just moved, right?
Yeah. Show us your eyes. Can we please see your eyes? Yeah, he's moving his head around. I can see what you mean, like the phasing thing.
Yeah, it's either backing up very smoothly,
Yeah.
or it's
Oh, it's definitely there.
Yeah.
That's tall. That's got to be 12 foot tall, easy.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Look down to the ground right in front of it.
Yeah, I see movement. It's really subtle though. Do you guys want to try walking around that?
I will. I mean,
Alright.
see what happens.
Here, you get the...
How tall that would be? I don't know, about 12 feet, but... Do you still see it? Yeah, we almost need light. Yeah, because it's just black in there from here. Like, so let's say that this is up 3 feet,
Yeah.
and you can see where that branch comes out.
Yeah.
So if I got up in there, my head's not going anywhere near over that branch. How tall is that? How tall are you? 6 foot, 6'1",
Alright,
on a good day. 6 foot, 8 plus.
Yeah.
So it's like the center of the square. It's like more darker mass.
And
It looks like there's a head and shoulder. It seems like it's phasing in and out of reality.
right?
Yeah.
Or somehow like very smoothly backing into the woods.
And I don't even see how that would be possible with that
Right.
noise
Yeah.
right there. And every now and again, I think I see like a little tiny light, like a tiny miniature LED.
Like I was thinking it was like just like maybe like a super like glimmer of eyes, like
But it seems lower though.
Yeah.
The light seemed like maybe chest level or maybe
Okay.
even waist level. But not head level, definitely not height. Where like it gets real dark for a second and then boom.
that's what we were doing before.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then sometimes it's just woods.
Yeah.
And then
Right now it doesn't look as dark, but it was just a couple seconds ago.
and that is easy 9 feet.
Oh yeah.
8 plus feet. Walking up to it, I didn't realize.
That little rise right there.
Yeah. Could be taller, but easy. Because if I get up in there, my head's not. That little branch that comes out to the side.
Yeah.
My head's not even close to that if I get in there. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like it's something.
Yeah.
Go back over to the left just a little bit. I thought I saw some yellow eyes. Or like orangey eyes.
Right in this area.
Like a little bit over, like between that and the tree. Like yeah, like right there.
Low or high?
Like,
Kind of right in the middle of the square?
yeah.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yep.
I don't, but I might
Yep.
be at the wrong angle.
Right dead center in the square.
Yeah, there's like orange eyes.
Let me get down and stuff.
I don't think so.
No, I see right where it's like dead center in the square.
Yeah.
Can't tell how far back in it was. We've said several times we think it could be 10 feet back in, it could be 10 yards back in. It could be 5 feet back in. But for sure, every time we come over here, it disappears. And we had somebody
And these are thick woods.
stay up by the house
Yeah.
and keep the light on it, and just like when Octavian walked over, he said as soon as we walked over, it just kind of faded out. Holy moly, that was
so clear,
clear
yeah.
wood knock. So that was not a branch falling.
No.
That was not
A twig snapping.
a twig snapping. Yeah, that was clearly something swinging something into.
3:30 in the morning, and the people around here are fast asleep.
Oh yeah, there's
There's no one awake with us.
Okay, let's talk about these lights in the sky, Octavia.
Okay. The thing that I found really interesting is that when did we go up there? From today.
It's been a couple weeks.
Okay. I have been intently looking at the sky here in Maryland. I was in Laurel a week or two ago at a pool party, and I was constantly looking up. Nothing compares to what we were seeing at that cabin. And there was so much going on that it felt like whatever it was wasn't even trying to obscure itself or, look like something else. I mean, it was right out in the open with no fear whatsoever.
So we have this question about Indiana too, because the field where we saw the fireball, we have about the same amount of activity there some nights, not every night, but some nights. And the question is like, is it just above that field?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a magical place? So is it just above this cabin that this stuff is happening? Because when you think of looking up in the sky, you think it's vast,
Right. Yeah.
and it's covered. But is it something about being specifically that place that allows you to see these things? I don't know. Dennis had an app which would tell you where satellites are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how good the app is. I don't know how reliable it is.
Right.
I made this comment on the recording as well. There may be military stuff up there that we don't know about. That's absolutely possible. But there was a lot.
There was so many.
There's a lot going on. And some of these things that, may or may not be satellites, we're making like left-hand turns.
Sharp left-hand turns. I mean, there was one that I think Donald kept commenting on where it would start at one end of the sky and it would go like normal, and then all of a sudden it would like go in reverse for a few.
Some of them reverse.
And then go right forward, and then some would start at one end of the sky and it would end up at the other, and you never saw it actually move. It was it was defying every law of physics we have.
And some of them were weaving, they would go in a straight line, which satellites are, they go in straight lines. So look, if somebody wants to say that it's military stuff and, whatever, okay, I'm not going to argue with them. It's the same with these sounds. I'm not going to argue. If you want to explain it, I'm telling you what we experienced, what we saw. I'm not going to fight about it. You weren't there. So you don't have the context of being there, by you, I mean other folks.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have the context of being there. So a lot of lights in the sky. Let's just put it that way. A lot of lights that were unknown to us, and therefore unidentified flying objects to us. Again, military, somebody else's military, something we didn't understand, maybe. I'm not going to fight about it, but a lot of lights in the sky that were not planes and that were acting weird. Let's say.
And plenty of planes in the sky for us to determine what was and was not a plane.
Yeah, there was a flight path going by, so you could very easily compare these to what were very obviously normal planes. Yeah. The other lights were like less defined, and they happened throughout the night, and we would often, like, one of us would catch one, say, oh, I think I saw a light there. I'm going to, there's not much to say about them other than the ones that you thought were eyes later on, and may have been eyes. But, it's just like, yeah, that we thought we saw some lights in the woods too. These shadow figures, though. And I've said this on the show several times, that I've never seen a shadow figure. I did see a big shadow in the woods walk behind Chad when he was doing the Estes session over at the bridges one night, like scarily close to us, walk behind Chad, and it was big. And it didn't look blacker than black. It just seemed like a shadow, right? I guess that's a shadow person.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I was seeing, so when we were...
Or a shadow foot.
Yeah. You and I were trying to communicate with something in the woods. And for some reason, my eyes kept darting back to the left side of the house in front of the garage. And
it's actually the side of the garage. So last episode, they talk about the house getting smacked. It would be on that side.
Yeah.
It would be right there.
For the listener to best understand what I saw, if you have the ability to imagine a flame of any size, and you imagine the black wisps of smoke that come off the top of that flame, that's exactly what these things look like.
That is an excellent way to describe it. Because
black, wispy.
A shadow, but not two-dimensional.
Right. It was so transparent.
Yeah.
It still had this black...
So it wasn't like, like, here's my shadow. It's two-dimensional. It had dimension to it. Yeah. And yeah, that's a good description, like black smoke.
Yeah.
And
there was two of them, and they made the same. It felt like, if you can imagine what's the kind of haunting where it's like
residual.
Yeah, like a residual haunting of something doing the exact same motion over and over again.
No, I didn't see that. I just saw it once, and from my recollection, and I comment on the recording, you'd think I remember, but I think I saw it duck down or something. You saw it do a different.
I just saw it walking.
Yeah.
Or kind of like
but we did see him in the same place.
Yep.
In the same place. Really, really interesting. So I guess I can stop saying I haven't seen shadow. I mean, I guess those shadow people.
Yeah.
They were shadowy things that were humanoid in shape. Now these looked, to me, the one I saw looked fairly normal human size.
Yeah, mine did too.
Okay. The one I saw walk behind Chad was like Bigfoot size. It was like 8-9 feet tall.
Yeah.
But the ones alongside this house, they look fairly normal human size. The motion lights going on. Now I looked this up on the web. Bats can make motion lights go on if they fly close enough to them.
Yeah, but we would have seen bats.
One would hope. And it came on enough times where, like, was this bat? So bats will fly after bugs and stuff, sure. But they're usually the bugs are attracted to the lights, and the lights are off. And it would have to be a bat flying very close to a light that's off to make it come on. I mean, several times throughout the night. How much? Like 5-6 times that happened throughout the night?
And every single time, it wasn't us who triggered the light. It would come on and would come off. When you and I did it, it would stay on for at least, I want to say, this could be an exaggeration, at least 5 minutes before going off again.
Well, it did stay on once or twice for that long, but sometimes it was blinking on and off. But no, the thing is, my vehicle was parked on that side. Something could have been coming up. Anything could have been coming up behind the vehicles and turning that light on. But every time it would go on, we'd go check, and it wasn't there.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, we get to this fading black form, which is one of the creepiest things I think I've seen ever in doing doing what I do.
Yeah, what was so weird was it took me a while to see what you were seeing. It wasn't until I can't remember what it was that got me to actually see it, but it was very strange.
So you had to look for the thing that was darker.
Yes.
So here is something that was darker than the black woods around it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks so creepy. I think I compared it to the Mayeka ape, just the way it was. And it looked like it was kind of like, it just was so odd. Like it was like in a weird position sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be there. Like it would 100% be there. And then it would fade out. Or, as I said, draw back into the woods.
Mm-hmm. But how would it have done it so quick to the point where, like when you and I had Donald, when he stood there and you and I both walked up to it.
We did it together. We did it separately.
Yeah. And he said, nope, it's gone.
Yeah.
We didn't see any movement.
And I'm not sure if this was on the recording. We were live streaming for a while and I just cut that out. There's no sense in having that on the recording because we're goofing around and talking to people in the live stream. But I was holding the light on it and so we were kind of on the deck on the back of this cabin. And I was shining the light on it and you would go down the stairs and literally your feet would hit the ground and it would fade back. It would fade. It's like it knew, like as soon as you hit the ground, it just faded out. I described it at the time as, again, it's either just fading out of existence or it's fading silently and perfectly smoothly, fading back into the woods, into the darkness back there. And we couldn't see it anymore.
Would you be able to draw what you saw?
I'm going to try.
Okay. I'd really like to see what that looks like.
I'm going to try for the episode artwork. Sometimes I can't get when the thing at Fishing Creek, I didn't really capture it. I'd like to give that another try someday. I'm going to try with this one. We'll see. I'm going to at least try to get the essence of it. It's not going to look exactly like I saw it. But was it, people talk about seeing these things glide. They glide across the landscape and people say, they never make any noise. Like when it wants to be quiet, it's super quiet. Is it, ghost-like? Just was it gliding back? Or was it dissipating? I can't say.
Yeah,
I know it was there and then it wasn't there and it was there and it wasn't there. I thought my eyes might have been playing a trick on me, especially a couple of times you're like, I don't know. And then you started to see it. Then you're like, oh no, I do see it. I know it. I see what you're talking about. And then when Donald came out and he saw it, then I was like, okay, now 3 people independently have confirmed this.
And for the listener, the woods around this cabin are impenetrable.
Pretty much.
You cannot walk more than a foot, and I literally mean like putting 1 or 2 feet into the woods until you're like up against a massive wall. Yeah,
there's
of
blueberry
vegetation.
Scrub, and then there's all kinds of undergrowth, and
there was no trail or like anything for us to walk.
I really wanted to get in the woods, and it was just virtually impossible.
Yeah,
it would have been miserable just fighting all that brush. That again, pretty wild, amazing. Got to see something. It is. Again, one of the creepiest things I've ever seen while doing this. It's way up there. I talk about those eyes. I saw at Site 7. They were just eyes. It wasn't really that creepy. It was amazing. It was like get your heart pounding because something is there and it looks big. But as far as seeing things, this was like really, really creepy, really interesting. Okay, so let's talk about these sounds. Okay. And we'll play them one at a time. Just a reminder, this is the sound that Dennis recorded. I played it last episode, but it's such a creepy EVP. It's worth playing again.
Yeah. And he was right. It does sound like it's saying Dennis.
It does sound like it's saying Dennis. I could probably make it say in my mind something else, but that makes the most sense. I mean, it's weird. That is a creepy EVP. All right, so the next sound is this. You said, did you think it was like children's laughter or something? No, you said it was sounding like a cuckoo clock.
Yes.
And I said it sounded like children's laughter or something. There was more in there, but this is really the only part I could pull out cleanly. I think we were kind of talking over it or something.
Yeah, it sounds like the first part of a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, yeah. As I listening back, I was like, oh yeah, it does sound more like a cuckoo clock than children laughing. But that's, at the time I heard kind of like, I thought, are there kids out here like playing or something? Maybe an owl, maybe, I don't know. But we found it interesting at the time, and I was able to pull it out in the recording. So here's this super long whistle cry thing. When we heard this at the time, this was very much like the motorcycle that wasn't a motorcycle at Fishing Creek. Because we were like, is that traffic? That's traffic. And then we're like, no, I don't think that's traffic. Jury's still out to me as to what this is. I don't think it's traffic. I don't know if it's a whistle, a cry. I don't know what it is, but it's very long. The sustain on it is incredible. I don't know. That is some crazy sustain. And it changes tone. That's why I don't think it's traffic, because it
goes up and then down.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have that. Traffic kind of has a consistent Doppler effect. You know, and this is like a quick rise and then a fall. It's so interesting. What is that? I don't know.
Yeah, we definitely need to go back in the fall or even winter when we can really get in those woods and see.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing, and this was literally, we were literally going in for the night. We were definitely talking about going in because you were like, hey, are you going to stay up or you coming in? And it was like, it's getting late. I think I'll come in and go to sleep. The knock was like a commentary on us. Now, was it trying to get us to stay out there? Was it? I don't know. But it was like right when we were talking about we were going to sleep. And I had the recorder in my pocket. And I remember saying, I hope I caught that. Because most of the night I was carrying it around. And for some reason, I put it in my pocket at that point. Well, I did catch it. Very clear, very crisp knock. Now, there is something else there. We were listening to it before I hit record. It might be me breathing or talking a little bit or something, because there almost sounds like there's maybe a part of an EVP with it too. I'm not sure what's going on there, but listen for
that first second.
Yeah, listen for the hit of the knock. It's very crisp. That's what we heard, and to me, it sounded like it came, from down in the woods a bit. So this was again right before we went to sleep. Very interesting. That's one of the clearer knocks I've ever caught on tape. I think the pandemonium ones were comparable to that. So when I said that thing was creepy, I don't mean it was scary. We were walking right up to where it was. I wasn't worried about it.
Right, me neither.
We did it together. We did it each individually.
Yeah, I did it by myself.
Yeah, we both did it by ourselves. It was not that. It just looked creepy. What I mean is it just had a creepy look to it. The question becomes, is this activity focused on the house, or is it focused on Donald and Dennis?
Well, what did we say about when they went to sleep?
Exactly. When they hit REM state, things might really start picking up.
And they did.
Yeah. Super interesting. Well, speaking of REM states, basically they had cots for us. We were thinking about sleeping on the deck. We decided for some reason, I just think we just didn't want to drag out sleeping bags and sleeping pads and all that. And they had cots, but they said that, look, they're really uncomfortable. You guys might just want to sleep on, there was a couch and kind of a recliner. So you guys might want to sleep there. So you took the couch, I took the recliner. Fell asleep pretty readily. I often have a hard time falling asleep. I went out pretty readily. And you had to get up early to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So you left at like 7?
Yeah, 7 a.m.
I decided to go back to sleep. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go back to sleep. I go back to sleep. And at some point in the morning, I wake up because I hear something in the room with me. And I kind of like open one eye, and there's a woman in the room. Mid to late 30s, I'm guessing. Kind of reddish, maybe strawberry blonde, leaning towards red kind of hair. Shoulder length, straight, good looking woman. She's like very pleasant looking. And now, mind you, this is in the room where we went to sleep. I am not familiar with this room. This is the only time I've ever been to this place, right? The room is the room. There's no dreamlike thing. There's nothing added to it. The only thing out of place is this woman. And she's over by the door, and I had my pack over there, and she was bending over messing with something. I thought, is she messing with my pack? But I wasn't worried about her stealing anything. She seemed so casual and so much like she belonged there that I immediately assumed it was Donald or Dennis's wife or their daughter or someone in their family, right? Someone who belonged there.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, maybe they're cleaning up, or, maybe we left our shoes by the door or something. She was moving them. So it didn't concern me at all. And I fell back asleep. I woke up again, and this woman is still there. And I'm not sure how many times I woke up and went back to sleep. Could have been 3, could have been 4. I don't know. Could have been 2. I don't really remember until the next time. So I wake up and she's standing over me. So I'm in the recliner looking down at me. It's electronic. So you hit a button to raise and lower it. And she hits the button to raise me up in the chair. And I'm immediately thinking, oh, I must have been snoring and annoying her or something, right? And she's sitting me up to stop me from snoring, or she wants to wake me up for some reason. I don't know, right? I wake up fully awake, sitting up in this recliner, and there's no one there. Absolutely no one there. When I have, and I've mentioned this on the show several times, when I have quote unquote big dreams, for me, one of the things that lets me know that something weird's going on is I dream in place.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, I wake up in the room I went to sleep in. This all happened in that room. If you want to call it a dream, I don't know what was happening. It seems to be one of these entities that's like half in dreams and half out or something. I don't know. I wasn't in sleep paralysis. Didn't have that panic feeling. I could definitely move. I wake up, sitting up in the chair. She's gone. And I immediately go, oh, like something happened. Like it felt very powerful, very real. Don't know what the message was other than like just a visit from something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I asked Donald and Dennis, I said, like both of them, I was like, is this person like anybody in your family, your wife, your daughters, anything like that? Nope. Nobody we recognize. They had one other owner of this cabin before Dennis. And I said, did you know them? And he said, yeah, I met them. Did she look like that? Nope. So it doesn't confirm to anybody in their lives that they know of. Really weird. Just a really, really weird, strange thing to happen. I don't know what to put that under. I don't know. I told Sierra, and she's like, this is very concerning because it was looking over you. It feels like one of your gray things. I don't know.
It didn't sound threatening when you told me about it.
Right. The only thing I got was like, maybe it was annoyed, but I was thinking if it was a human, right? It was a human, because I was thinking, why would a stranger come over and hit the button and sit you up in the chair? So I think I'm sort of like looking back, sort of applying that to it, or at the time applying that to try to reason why someone would do it. But this clearly wasn't a human, So I don't know on that one. I don't know if, look, could I in my sleep have hit the sure, I guess I could have done that.
Yeah.
But it's odd. It's odd dreaming in place and having, after that night of all that weird stuff, and then to have that dream on top of it in the morning. I don't know. Very interesting place.
Very, very interesting. Can't wait to go back someday.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when it cools down, we'll do that. And I want to thank Donald and Dennis for letting us come out there.
Absolutely. They were great guys.
Yeah, great host.
Talk to them.
Bought us dinner, cooked us meals. Like, really, thank you guys so much. It was so nice. And I want to mention that if any listeners out there feel like they are having repeat encounters with something coming on their property, especially Bigfoot, but not exclusively Bigfoot. These are my favorite things to investigate because I think these are very powerful things. I think things really start to happen when you get these repeat visits. If you have that and you're open to us coming to you, I will come to you and we'll record a show there and interview you and see what we can experience there ourselves. Now, if I have to get on a plane, it's going to take a while. It's not going to happen right away. If it's somewhere I can drive to, we'll get there quick. I love to do it. Love going out to the witch diggers. Love visiting the places where we have had repeat things, even though we don't live there. And I love these properties like this where people are having these repeat encounters. It's my favorite thing in the paranormal, I think, to just go and be there and just experience, because it's very reliable that something's going to happen. So if you have that and you're open to having us out there, please contact me. Would love to do it. All right, no curiosity of the week because Allison isn't here. So we'll have another curiosity of the week next week, probably. You never know. Even though there's not a curiosity, there is the show art, and you can go get that at our Etsy shop and get the original art there. While you're at Etsy, make sure to check out our other offerings. We got Strange Familiars t-shirts, stickers, patches. My books are there, and if you get them from Etsy, I'll sign them before we pack them up. You don't even have to ask. Some of my music is there. Allison has various photos and other bits of ephemera there and past curiosities of the week, so go check it out. Our shop name on Etsy is Lost Grave, but if you go to Etsy and you type in Strange Familiars in the search bar, you should see our stuff come up. There's also links to the Etsy shop in every episode and at strangefamiliars.com. And as I often say, shopping at our Etsy shop is another way to support the show. All right, thanks everybody. We'll be back soon with more Strange Familiars. Strange Familiars is a production of Dark Howler Arts. Intro and background music is by Stone Breath. If you want to hear more or purchase music, go to stonebreath.bandcamp.com. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/strangefamiliars. You can join the Strange Familiars gathering group there. We are on Instagram at Strange Familiars, one word. Please give us a follow there. For Strange Familiars merch, it's strangefamiliars.com/merch. For everything else, links to everything we do, go to strangefamiliars.com.